Alright, here's your script. Intro music with Rome Tips logo, approximate. 5 seconds, asterisk asterisk. Host asterisk. Hey everyone, welcome back to RomeTips.com. Today we're tackling something super useful for anyone with a Mac, especially if you're multilingual or just got your hands on a computer set to the wrong language. We're going to show you how to easily change the language on your Mac. It's way simpler than you might think. Short, engaging B-roll footage of someone interacting with a Mac or seeing text in different languages, approximate. 3 seconds, asterisk asterisk. Host asterisk. So, in this quick guide, we'll cover two main methods. First, we'll dive into the system settings, which is the most common way. And second, we'll look at how to change the language for individual apps. Visual cue on screen, what we'll cover. Visual cue on screen, 1. System settings. Visual cue on screen, 2. App-specific language. Host asterisk. Before we get started, if you find this tutorial helpful, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel for more Mac tips and tricks. It really helps us out. Now, let's jump right in. Screen recording, system settings method. Host asterisk. Okay, so the first and most comprehensive way to change your Mac's language is through the system settings. Start by clicking on the Apple menu in the top left corner of your screen. Visual cue, Apple menu is highlighted. Host asterisk. Then, select System Settings or System Preferences, depending on your Mac OS version. It usually looks like a gear icon. Visual cue, System Settings/Preferences icon is highlighted. Host asterisk. Now, in the System Settings window, look for Language and Region. It might be listed under a different category depending on your Mac OS version, but generally, it's pretty easy to spot. Click on it. Visual cue, Language and Region is highlighted. Host asterisk. Here, you'll see a list of preferred languages. The language at the top of the list is the one your Mac is currently using. To add a new language, click the plus button below the languages list. Visual cue plus button is highlighted. Host asterisk. A list of available languages will pop up. Scroll through or use the search bar to find the language you want to add. Screen recording demonstrates scrolling and searching for a language. Host asterisk. Once you've found your language, select it and click Add. Visual cue, Add button is highlighted. Host asterisk. Your Mac will then ask if you want to use the new language as your primary language. If you do, click Use New Language. If you just want to add it to the list without changing the system language right away, click Keep Current Language. Screen recording shows the prompt and highlights both options. Host asterisk. If you choose to change the language, your Mac might need to restart some apps or even the entire system to apply the changes. Just follow the on-screen instructions. Host asterisk. Now, if you want to reorder the languages, simply drag and drop them in the preferred languages list. The language at the very top will be used as the system's default. Screen recording demonstrates dragging and dropping languages in the list. Host asterisk. And that's it for changing the system language. Easy, right? Transition to app-specific language method. Host asterisk. Now, let's talk about changing the language for specific apps. This is especially useful if you want to use some apps in one language and others in another. Visual cue on screen, app-specific language. Host asterisk. Unfortunately, not all apps support this feature, but many do. To check, you'll need to go back to the Language and Region settings in System Settings. Screen recording navigates back to Language and Region. Host asterisk. Under the Preferred Languages list, you should see a section labeled Apps. If you don't see it, it means no apps currently have a specific language setting applied. Visual cue, Apps section is highlighted. Host asterisk. To add a specific language for an app, click the plus button next to Apps. Visual cue plus button next to Apps is highlighted. Host asterisk. A window will appear where you can choose the app and the desired language. Select the app from the drop-down menu and then choose the language you want to use for that app. Screen recording demonstrates selecting an app and a language. Host asterisk. Click Add, and the app will now use the selected language, regardless of your system's default language. Keep in mind that you might need to restart the app for the changes to take effect. Host asterisk. You can remove or edit the language setting for an app by selecting it in the apps list and using the dash button or the drop-down menu to make changes. Screen recording shows how to remove and edit app-specific language settings. Host asterisk. And that's all there is to it. Now you know how to change the language on your Mac, both system-wide and for individual apps.
Asterisco asterisco, outro. Asterisco asterisco.
Host Asterisk, I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to RomeTips.com for more Mac tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Outro music with RomeTips logo and social media links, approximate. 5 seconds, asterisk asterisk.